Hello. Welcome to Famous Cartoonist Says Things in the Morning. It is the lunchtime edition today. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Famous Cartoonist, Art Baltazar. I draw comic books and children's books, and I make things. Wayne is here. Greetings, Wayne. Wayne's gonna go get some coffee. I should have got more coffee. I had some coffee today, but now I want more because Wayne's getting more. But I do have this big ass mug of a nice cold beverage of my choice. But I am here. I decided to make another video today because my hair looked good. I have good big hair today. So I'm like, let's do this. Let's show the world my hair. I will unveil my hair to you so everybody can enjoy pointing and laughing, say, look at that guy. He looks silly. Looks like a mad scientist. I have the COVID hair, pandemic, stay home, don't get a haircut. It grows out of my head this way. I'm okay with it though. But now I want a cup of coffee. I had a giant mug of coffee, then I just had lunch right now. And I have a whole bunch of drawings to do right here. Here it is right here. You can hear it. It's my drawing tablet, which I will be drawing. I have to draw about 12 pages today. I think I can do it. So Drew and Jot number 2, book 2. I want to finish this. If I finish today, I'll be up to page, I think 89 or 90. And then 10 pages away from 100, of course. And then I'll be able to take over the book industry. No, I don't know. I'll be able to move on to more things, to bigger and better things. But today is a good day. If you guys are digging my artwork, I put a link in the description above or below or somewhere in this video that you can link to my digital comics. I just uploaded some digital comics, which is really fun. And you guys can read stuff on your iPads or phones or whatever you want, or even on your desktop. It's kind of fun. Let's see, Scott Smith is here. Scott Smith says, my wife and I are finally watching Breaking Bad. Almost done with season 2. Great show. Oh my God. Breaking Bad is my favorite show of all time. It's the best TV show that's ever been on TV, I think, according to me. I'm getting in the groove now. Yesterday, me and my wife went on a date. We had date night during the day. So it's a little bit like Famous Cartoonist Says Things in the Morning in the afternoon edition. So we went to date night, but it was the afternoon edition of our date night. That song's always a little bit too loud. I don't know, the volume gets loud, but it's an awesome song. So we went out on a date night afternoon yesterday. It was really cool. We went to this place and we threw axes. It was an axe throwing place. So we took axes and we threw axes. Wow. We chucked axes yesterday at a big target. So that was a lot of fun. Wayne's back. Good, man. I just informed the masses that me and the lovely Miss Rose, my wife, went on an afternoon date yesterday. And we went to a place where we threw axes. It was an axe throwing lounge. And it's very interesting because you rent a place, I guess, Rent it for an hour, and you just throw axes. It's kind of like playing darts, but with axes. So we played the 31 game where you get down, start with 30 points and you minus them, and then if you go over the line, you bust and you add points. It was pretty fun. And then we did a humans versus zombie game with the axes. So it was cool. We took some pictures. So hopefully our pictures will be on display on the. They said they're going to put them on their Facebook page. I forgot what it's called. Throwing Axes Lounge or something. That was real interesting. So I was throwing right-handed. I'm a righty-hander, and I draw with my right hand. I do most things with the right hand. But I was starting to feel like, my cartooning career is in jeopardy from throwing these axes. Because they were a little bit heavy. So I switched to the left. I switched with my left hand, and I actually started throwing better. I was doing better with my left hand, getting bullseyes and stuff. So it was all cool. Excuse me. Let's see what Wayne says. Sounds like one of those places where you can destroy things to get out your frustrations. Yeah, I saw a place in California where you could go into a place with a sledgehammer, and beat up computers and desks and stuff, like office supply. But yeah, that was pretty cool, man. We were throwing axes, and we actually got a little bit of a workout. And then we went on our date, continued our date, went to a restaurant, ate some good food. Food, cocktails, drinks, and desserts and stuff like that. It was really cool. I know the older you get, the more as an adult, you're very satisfied with the date just being eating stuff. Just eating food and sampling things. That was really fun. And I will do the axe throwing date again. That was a lot of fun, good time. And the axes are pretty heavy. They're like hatchets. They're not very big. They're about like that. About the size of the screen. But they're pretty good. They're weighty. The handle's weighty, and the axe itself. And every time I throw an axe, it spins. Of course, they throw it, it spins, and it connects. But a lot of times they hatch it. But mine would always land like sideways. Bam! It'd always get in there. We did good. It's true. You guys watching right now? Well, today I got some pretty good news. I got a little bit of an offer today to draw some variant covers, which I'm real excited about. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but the character's cool and the covers are cool, and I'm going to find out some more things, but I think it's going to be fun. And the comic book industry is changing, but we got still publishers who are like, man, we got this. Let's go. So that's what I'm excited about. And I got to finish my Drew and Jot number 2, book 2, so people can read it and get to know it. So what are you guys doing? I don't have a message to say today, but I wanted to tell you about the axes. And they says, it was funny because I kept making my wife axing me questions jokes. She keeps axing me stuff. So it was pretty good. It was an unusual place. They had the target on the wall, and they give you a booth like a restaurant. They give you a little table, and the little tables are logs. They're logs that are shellacked. They're shiny and waterproof, so you can rest your drink coasters on them. But they do not serve alcoholic beverages, which makes sense because you don't want any drunk people throwing axes and say, sorry, dude, I was drunk. That would be bad. But there was a few times where I threw the axe and it bounced off of the board and it bounced off of the wood and landed all the way by my feet. But before you go into the place, you got to sign a waiver just in case you get injured. And now I know why that board flew at my feet a few times. And that was the reason why I signed the waiver. It didn't cut me because I leaped out of the way. I leaped. I didn't just jump. I leaped. Or did I leapt? I leapt. Wayne says, are you going to draw the variants? Yes, I'm going to draw some variant covers. And it would be really cool. I can't reveal what it is because I don't have a deal yet. But it will happen. Variant covers are coming. Yeah, Wayne, variant covers are cool, but alcohol and axes don't mix. Well, they don't mix in the public setting when you're paying to throw axes. But I guess they mix out there in the wild. If you're looking for somebody that not chopping down that tree the right way, I don't know. Or maybe your buddy's not the same. Not your buddy. Sorry, I was looking at a text message. So I'm doing another secret thing on Friday. I think it's this Friday. But I can't reveal what that is either. So many secret things. There's a lot of secret things that we can't reveal things. Except for on my show, Famous Cartoonist Reveals Things. Maybe I'll do that on Friday. Last Friday I missed it. This weekend was weird because I did a lot of work on Saturday. And then Sunday, I did so much work on Saturday that I said, hey, let's go somewhere on Sunday. Let's go throw axes. And then Friday, I was just working. That's what you need to do. Swig for the working man. See, this doesn't feel like a swig. It feels more like a sip. A sip for the working man. It's all gentle, dainty. Excuse me. I'm back. I had some sniffles. So you guys saying anything? The music you're hearing is from my son, Gordon Balthazar. You can listen to it on SoundCloud. You can hear his music. It's really fun. He makes it all on digital. Makes it with his phone, iPad, computer. However he does it, that's what he does. And he releases it to the masses. And on iCloud or SoundCloud? Yeah, it's SoundCloud. You can listen to it for free. And yeah, like it, share it, and all that stuff. Wayne says, we used to go to lumberjack competitions when I was a kid, where part of it was axe throwing. Yeah. We want to do axe catching competitions, but usually the guy who goes first wins, you know? That's a bad joke. But that would be but that's fun. It's fun to throw the axes. And then we posed with large battle axes. We took a photo. And that was fun. Hopefully I can find it on their Facebook page. That's what they said they were going to post. Maybe I got it. Maybe I could be that guy who goes on his phone during a stream to look. Should I be that guy? I am that guy right now. Looking for... There it is. I found it. Let's see if we're up there, if our photos are up there. Not quite. We're not up there yet. But I can show you, maybe I'll show you other people. No, I'm not going to show you other people. But There's a picture of it. There's a lounge. You can't really tell what it is. Oh, somebody's writing to me. I gotta let it go away. See, there's the lounge. That's like throwing a cross. We throw a cross. So I don't know. There's not much. We'll edit that last 3 minutes out. It didn't make any sense. That's right, Wayne. It wasn't a bad joke. It was a dad joke. Dad jokes are the best. Swing for dad jokes. What else can I say today, guys? I didn't say much, or I didn't watch much this weekend. Oh, I watched them. White Sox yesterday hit 4 back-to-back home runs to tie the record for 4 back-to-back home runs. I was hoping for 5, but they didn't get to 5. But they won the game yesterday, 7-2, which is cool. They are 500 ball club again, 11-11, 1-1-1-1-1. And it's like when there's all ones, especially on a digital clock, when you watch your clock on 1-1-1. I was always, since I'm a kid, I was always told you make a wish. Make a wish when all the numbers on a clock are the same. So of course, you get 1-1-1, 2-2-2, 3-3-3. But 1-1-1-1, it's like when every number is the same. So I would make wishes, and I do that now still. Yeah, it's true. I'm here for you. Dad jokes equal bad jokes. Maybe there's not a lot to say today. Maybe I need coffee. I wore this bow tie for you this morning, or this early afternoon. It's true. I don't know what's happening today, but today I'm going to draw Drew and Jot number 2. If I draw, can you guys see? I don't think you can. But I uploaded a new book today to Comixology, which is really fun. And we're going to have some new books showing up digitally really soon. Fox and Evil number 2 is showing up. And Oya Comics number 14. Number 14 is coming up. Wayne, you did not miss the Star Wars figure reveal show. I'll probably do that this week. I couldn't do it last week because something happened on Friday. I don't know what was going on this weekend, the last 3 days, but I was busy. I had to catch up on deadlines and do things like that. I couldn't do my painting show because I had to draw some monkeys. I drew a lot of monkeys. I drew some Super Pet stuff because I have a major Super Pet deadline of September 9th. But I only have 3 books to go. And I could do those books pretty fast. I could draw them all one day, ink them in a day, and color them in a day. So they're not bad. Which is really fun. Yeah, man. Yes. You guys thought your screen froze, didn't you? But so, man, make sure you guys follow me when you see me. And I'm going to be doing things a lot. Oh, I know what happened last week. Personal things got in the way. That's right. See, sometimes you go through a day or two, and then you think about what happened in the last 2 days, and you forget. But then you remember, And now it's kind of like you get through something, you move to the next thing. Like watching a season of Breaking Bad. You saw the whole thing as one collective show, and you realize what the episodes were. But when you try to recall what episode was which, you forget what season the episode would fall under. So when Jesse goes, and I don't want to spoil, I don't know where you're at. You're on season 2. Is that what Jane? Yeah. So you know what Jesse meets Jane and things happen between them. And then as you're watching the show, you get through season 3 and 4 and you remember when Jesse and Jane did their thing, but you forget what season or what episodes that took place in. It's really good. And I think Jane was key to the transformation of Heisenberg. I don't want to reveal because my friends are watching it here. Scott Casper's here. How many monkeys would you say you've drawn? Oh my God. This weekend I drew Beppo the Super Monkey. I drew Superman the Superman Monkey. And several other monkeys in that book, about 5 or 6 different monkeys. But then I drew them on every page, so 16 pages of monkeys. And then I drew 3 issues, actually 3.5 issues of Webster the Spider Monkey. Webster the Amazing Spider Monkey. That's a book I'm going to be releasing digitally. I'm really happy about it. It's really fun. I think it's some of my funniest stuff. It's Webster the Spider Monkey who gets powers from the spider who bit Peter Parker. The spider, after it bit Peter Parker, it fell to the floor. And the monkey and the other animals who were in the science lab, the monkey reached out of his cage, picked up the spider, and ate it. And he ate the radioactive spider, which gave him powers. So he's a super-powered spider monkey. And he was a spider monkey before he became a spider monkey. Just so I won't get sued. Webster the Spider Monkey. So that book is, he debuted in Aya Comics. He's been in Aya Comics. He's been in the Dark Horse Aya Comics trade paperback. His first story was in there. And I'm drawing a mini-series. I think it's going to be maybe 5 or 6 issues. But my issues are 10 pages, 10 to 12 pages shorts. They're shorts for Comixology for 99 cents. So if you go and see number 1, Spider Monkey number 1, it'll be a 10-page story and other things. And I drew 4 of them, so that means I drew 40 pages so far, which is going to be fun. And once I get them all done, they're going to be collected and printed somewhere. It's going to be cool, man. I really have a good time with this. And we figure, like, our Aya Comics are 28 pages of story, and with for $1.99, and so half of that would be 10 pages for 99 cents. So that's what we're doing on there. And the minimum of Comixology is 8 pages or less, or 8 pages or more. But we're having a good time, man. And I drew the first issue. This Webster the Spider Monkey fights Dr. Octoplatypus. And then the second issue he fights Rhinoceros Jack. And then he fights some monkey ninjas. It's really cool. And take a swig for Spider Monkey. So I must have drew about 100 monkeys this weekend. Scott Casper, gotta head out, but have fun. Oh yeah, Casper. Bixby's here. Oh yeah, Bixby. And Sergio, that must be Sebastian. He's here too. I'm glad you guys joined me because without you guys, I don't know what to talk about. I do talk about things, but a lot of times I'm just sitting here smiling, looking handsome. Eric Hultgren's here. Hi, Eric. You're a good man. But yeah, man, I've been drawing comics. What's been happening is I've been transferring. I got these old comics. Here's my latest sketchbook I'm working on. This is the latest one. This is all Drew and Jot. These are Drew and Jot pages. Here's some details. I have to get some Drew and Jot stories into the computer pages. But what I've been doing is I found this old sketchbook that I'm transferring a lot of the stuff. This sketchbook I started in May 7th, 2017. So I'm taking a lot of these sketchbooks and going through them one at a time. I should do that on the air, right? We should look at sketchbooks together. See, I always do a splash page to start out the sketchbook. But then as I go, I'm looking at all these stories that I made. I'm making stories, and this is Aya Comics 14 right here. So I'm going through each page, scrutinizing, fine-tooth comb style. And I'm going through, here's Spider Monkey. So here's where he confronts Dr. Octoplatypus. So as you can see, the book is real thick, but I only made it to here. This much so far. Just this much. So at least not even 25% of the book. Almost. Maybe 20% of the book. And the next book I'm going to draw, see what I do is I draw them on pencil and put them on digital. But here is, the next book I'm going to draw is Golden Age Action Cat #1. And Golden Age Action Cat will be at least 3 or 4 issues. Because I have books written in here. Here he is here. He's sitting at his newspaper stand. Because the Golden Age Action Cat, he was Action Cat before there was comic book shops. When he was a superhero, you can only get your comics at a newsstand. For those of you keeping track of Golden Age. I also have a book here called Meteorite meets Spitfire Space Cricket. Spitfire Space Cricket. With my friend Jamie Cosley. We're teaming up our guys. So that might be, I'm debating on, should Meteorite meets the Space Cricket be an issue of Meteorite, or should be its own standalone #1 issue? I'm not sure yet, because the story takes place between issues, like between issue 3 and 4. So I think I might include it in the regular numbering, so they're all together and you know where he fits. You know, that might be cool. I think that might be pretty good. Let's say, you guys see Eric saying, good to have an extra copy in case you would lose it. Maybe let me see what else. The comments are getting away. I'm glad you guys are joining in now. Yeah, extra copy of my sketchbooks, I mean? Yeah. I'm transferring them over. Like, when I do my work and finish my deadline stuff, I take like an hour or 2 and just transfer all the stuff. And that's how I got to draw like 3.5 issues of Webster. And Bixby says, yeah, we talked about Golden Age Action Cat. Yeah, we did. And I'm working on a story with Daring Dogs, where Daring Dog Sr. gets thrusted through time and meets other Daring Dogs. So I want Bixby to draw one of those. So I'm going to have artists draw. I wanted to see if artists can help me draw things. And I think that's the book I want them to draw. So each episode will be drawn by a different artist to give the look of the timeline a little bit different. Like Daring Dog will go into the past and go into medieval times, and maybe someone will draw that, and then he'll go to a different time zone, like dinosaur times, and another artist could draw that. I think that would be really fun. A different artist, yeah. Sergio, Sebastian, I believe that is, went to Michigan for the weekend, and I got so many stories to make comics, and it's awesome. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, sometimes when you get out of the house, you get out of your normal routine, you bring your sketchbook or notebook with you, you can come up with stories easier because you're not in your normal zone. That's why I love writing at airports. I get to the airport early so I can get a cup of coffee and sit in a terminal, you know, sit by my gate in a big chair and just end up drawing a bunch of stuff. That's where I make up a lot. That's where I made up a lot of this, because this sketchbook was really fun because this one fits in my pocket. My back pocket is this wide, or I can stick this in my back pocket of my pants or in my cargo shorts. That's the good thing about cargo shorts. And I'm looking through this now, and this is my first time where I was drawing characters for Gilbert. Gilbert book 1. Gilbert book 1 character designs are in here. Look, here's a guy. This is the Ghostling right here. That's the Ghostling. He's coming out too. The Ghostling is brothers with the Toasty Ghost, which will be a t-shirt pretty soon. Look, I have this other guy. Oh, this is stuff. I haven't. Here's the Daring Dog issue 2 right here. And that guy right there. This guy right here, his name is Incredibit. He's like a Daredevil character. And when Daring Dog Senior gets thrown and thrusted throughout time, Daring Dog Daphne, she needs guidance, and that's when Incredibit shows up and trains her. He's kind of like Splinter from the Turtles, a little bit. But I have a lot of cool stuff, man. I have encounter stories in here. But I have to go through this. I go through page after page, one page at a time, to make sure there's nothing. I don't want to miss anything. And I'm going to show you what I have. They're all right here on the floor. They're stacked up. You guys are going to like it. This is only some. I have all of these to go through. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 books here. This is a big one. This one has a lot of good stuff in it. And this one has Gusto the Dolphin. And I always put stickers on the front of my sketchbooks to kind of let me know which ones, because they're all, you know, if I get them all, they're always black hardcover books. Except for this one. This sketchbook is made by with elephant poo. It's recycled. It's made with elephant poo. So even the pages are, see, they're compressed, and you can see the grass in there because they eat grass and stuff. So I don't know why it's made from poo, but it is. See, it says right here, recycled from elephant poo paper. But I like it. And you can see this is where I started drawing Gilbert in here. And I started drawing there's a book I'm making called Rose's Toeses. It's with a comic book about all of my wife's toes. So here they are right here. I think I showed this to you before. But this book is there's a book in here where it has the ending of Teen Titans Go in here. Or Teen Titans, Tiny Titans. There's the ending of Tiny Titans is in here, which was kind of fun. So here's some pages. So it has a lot of cool stuff. So I got to go through each book because I started this book, wow, July 19, 2011. That's when I started drawing this one. And I fill them up. I fill up the books. And here's another one I have, which you see all these papers sticking out. Because these are all stories that I didn't want to forget. In this book I started this in January 11, 2015, and I got my kids' pictures in there. So this one I have to go through again. Here's another little Grimace. I probably have Grimace Island in here. So I have a lot in here. Oh, here's the Action Cat stories. Yeah, Action Cat stories and Grimace. But I have to make sure I go through all of this because I have so many stories that I don't want to forget that I made them. And here's Cora the Floor from Bora Bora. See all these interwoven kind of little doodles that mean so much more than just doodles. Because if Indiana Jones came and researched me and found all my stuff, he wouldn't know what to make sense of. He'd have to take it to his dad, and his dad said, "You don't know," and they would spend their life trying to figure out what it all means. Instead, I have to transfer it over and get it out there. I'm going to put it out digital because that's the easiest way for me to put a comic together and get it out there and transfer it from my sketchbook to my digital page. And then eventually I'll figure out how to get it printed, you know. But if I leave it in the sketchbook, it's just going to remain there. As you can see, that book was from 2011, and I still have stories in it. So that's been a while. That was at least 15 years ago. What? No, about 7? I don't know. But it's been a while. So I have to get that stuff through. You guys know where I'm coming from. So you sparked me to talk about things. Let me see what you guys are saying. Everybody saying hi. Say my hi. Wayne says, will there be an infinite crisis with your characters? There will be. There's lots of crossovers I'm working on. I'm working on a book that started with Brother Bear and Scoot. Adjustment for the working man. Sweet. There's a book that Scoot and Brother Bear started that I'm going to complete. And it's called Agents of All Yeah. And it takes place in the future. The future. Because in my world, the future's the future, but then there's the future, which is way out there. The future. And these characters from the Agents of All Yeah, they're from the future because they took the teachings that Action Cat and Adventure Bug gave to us and applied them to their group, and they base it on their hero being heroes. So, but in the group, there's a time traveler. I know it's a time travel book. It's bad, but there's a guy called Paradoxhound, which Brother Bear created him. But he's a cross between Marty McFly and Doctor Who, and he's a dog. So he gets to see all the different eras of the All Yeah universe. Sweet. So the book starts out in the future, but it takes place throughout, throughout all the eras of the All Yeah universe because Paradoxhound could visit all these places, which is really cool. And there's a bad guy called Catastrophe, who was actually the time stream who became a sentient being. So he's real. And that character was created in Captain Action Cat book that's already out, and you can buy it on my website. You can see it up there. It's up there. But he's an actual character who causes problems for Golden Age Action Cat, causes problems for the Daring Dogs, and he causes problems for Paradoxhound. So I have a lot of interwoven stories that I can't wait to get them all out there. And I know within probably in the next 3-4 years, you'll see all these things. I plan to finish all these stories. Everything should be out there. I'm going to show you my graph. I have a ton of stories, man. It's insanity, but I can't shut it off. I need to keep going. Like the weekends are days where I pause, take a break, take a breather, but then Monday like this happens and I need to talk to you guys and I need to draw stuff. Like I was torn, should I talk to you guys or draw stuff today? But I figured I'll talk to you first and then just draw all night. I have to be somewhere maybe, I think I have to be somewhere next Monday. So I don't have to wake up for anybody until Monday. Maybe on Friday. I got to do an interview on Friday, which is a secret interview, which should be cool. Hopefully this interview will reach, I'm told, should reach about 1 million people. So I'm going to wear my hat. I think I'm going to wear a fedora just so I look cool, my coolest. I'm saving a big hair for you guys. But here's my chart that I kind of did. See all that writing and detail and lettering? This is all stuff that I'm putting together. My plans. These are all my plans. So everything you see in a box is the title. Is the title of a series. And everything you see in a box is the title of a series, and everything underneath it is the stories and the bad guys they're going to fight. So that's a top secret page. Not many people get to see that page. Now everyone gets to see it. So you got to pause it and enlarge it, and you can see what you guys are saying. Ronnie's here saying, hey, Art. Ron says, I need to hit my sketchbook more. Yeah, man. You should be drawing in it right now as you're listening. Ronnie says, just me, or does anyone else get new sketchbooks and they're so clean and pristine you don't want to mar them with ugly sketches? No, man, I love brand new sketchbooks. Like, I got this one too. This one I didn't use yet. I bought this on Threadless. I wanted to check it out. I wanted to check out the sketchbooks that I'm selling on Threadless, what they look like. And I didn't even put a date in there yet. But the one thing I have in there is a sketch by Kevin Bixby. Woo! Action Cat. But it's clean. I can't wait to get into this. And I always put the date that I start. Once I start drawing it, I put it in there. And it's kind of cool to keep your sketchbooks in order. And this Bixby sketch is going to be in my next issue, issue 15 of Aya Comics. It's going to be in there. I got to scan it and brighten it up and all that stuff. Because once I scan it, it's going to mute the colors a little bit. But if you go to Threadless, I got a link up there. You could choose sketchbooks. This is a blank one, of course, but you could get one with lines, or I think lines or no lines. But you could choose the artwork you want on there printed. So this printed really well, and I had to test it so I could know it works. But I like the size. This is 5x7, and this will fit in my pocket or my coat and stuff like that. So I'm gonna carry that around. And I got this other one too. So I got these skinny ones too. This compares. See, it's a skinny one, and this fits like when you put it in your coat here. See, I could carry this sketchbook in my jacket. See, there it is. So yeah, I could put it like that. So this is cool too. I always got stuff, man. I always got a lot of cool stuff. And let's see. Eric says collector's items. Yeah, man. They're worth about $1 million a piece, each of my sketchbooks. And because my wife asked him, what are they going to be worth when she takes them to that Antique Roadshow? So I hope they're worth a lot. And Sergio says, my teachers kept telling me to stop daydreaming because I was thinking about jokes and comics and characters, but I didn't listen. Now I want to do that for a living. Yes, I've been told the same thing, and they tell my daughter that too. But it is important that you pay attention in class. So listen to what they have to tell you about your homework and your English and math and stuff, but that doesn't mean you have to stop thinking. But you do have to pay attention in class, but pay attention in class enough to pass the class. Then when you get home, finish your homework and then draw stuff. Keep creating, man. I exploded onto creativity when I was like in 5th grade. So that's maybe like 8, 9, 10 or whatever that age is. And Wayne says, oh yeah, big hair. And Kevin Bixby, I was just going to ask if you had an Action Cat in there. Yeah, he's in there. I love him. I'm keeping him in there so he's nice and flat. And I don't want my lights to possibly fade his colors. They might fade, I'm not sure. So he's in there. Action Cat. He likes to dance too. So he's in my book. I'm going to scan him pretty soon. And I also want to show you this. I've been scanning some of my old comic strips that were in Disney. Some old Gorilla strips. I have these little portfolios, which are nice and small. And I have about 5 years worth of Gorilla strips that every time the strip came out, anytime any of my artwork is on any page in the magazine, so there's Gorilla right there, I would take out the page, cut it out carefully, and put it in these sleeves. See? So this is like, I think this is book 2. I label them on the side. See, book 2. So I scanned book 1 already, and this is book 2 stuff. Here's some Herbie stuff. But these are all the strips I did, and I'm gonna put them on my website really soon. But I have to just get them. I want to get them all scanned and then release them all at once. That'd be cool. So if I release them. If I release it 1 year at a time and then I don't get to scan them for another 6 months, people are going to be, hey, what happened? So I want to do it all at once. I learned that. If you put out something and you put out a number 1 and number 2 doesn't show up for 2 years, people lose interest and they think you're done. So I like to release things all at once or scattered close, like a month or a week or so. But if I do it like Meteorite's been on my Comixology website for a little while now, and I'm still working on issue 2, 3, and 4. So I wish I wanted to get it out there. It's okay, because issue 1 is actually a one story where it kind of closes off but leads you into it. The next one, but the next ones will be more like cliffhangers. It's gonna be good. Yeah, Sergio, you listen in class now, and at the same time still love drawing. Yeah, you gotta do it, man. Gorilla. Yeah, Kevin. Gorilla gave me a career. Gorilla gave me a career. They got me on the path. That was the first job where I was able to quit all the other things that were not drawing comics and stay home and just draw Gorilla. And then shortly after that, it's when DC Comics called for Tiny Titans, which is really cool. Swig for cartooning. He could try. Yeah, Kevin Bixby suggests that Sebastian, right, could draw some comics on the topics that his teachers are saying. Yeah, not make fun, but make them fun. Whatever she's talking about, make it fun. I remember in college we had to draw. I went to a performing arts creative college. So we had to take the math and science and history and stuff. But for our final projects, we always had to tie in our majors into the like science class or whatever. So I would always make a comic book. I would make a comic book about science, and it was about lava men and magma men and sedimentary rock men and stuff like that. And they had to attack the surface in order because one guy can't go first because he's lays the foundation and the magma men were first. It was pretty fun. Then I did a math comic book about these 2 bank robbers. This is funny. I think this is still one of my funniest comics. It was 2 bank robbers. They had the combination to the safe. They broke into the safe, and the one guy had the combination, and he was going to tell the guy who's turning the thing, but he gave him the combination numbers in math equations. So he said, so what's 12 divided by 4? And he's like, oh, that's easy. And he put like a 3. And then he'll say, okay, what's 5 plus 2 and the square root of 1 and this? And he made the problems harder, so he could never figure them out. So the police came and arrested these guys. And then in the back of the paddy wagon, the truck, the police truck, the bad guy says, the answer's 12. The last number's 12. And he's all excited, but then they're already in handcuffs. So I thought that was real fun. That was a real fun story. But I tied it all into my major into making a comic. So you can make a comic book about anything. And I'm recently writing a book, comic strips about these two peas in a pod. And one pea is really happy and the other pea is just angry, frustrated, ticked off. So he's just mad at the other guy. So the strips are real funny. And I just came up with some strips over the weekend or 2 days ago, asking my family what they would do if somebody was stuck to them all the time. You know, So I got it. Oh, there's another one. I just thought in my head, I just broke up with Susan. Oh, no way. You know, that's funny. It's a funny little strip. It's a gag. But it's in there somewhere. I'll write it. I'll remember that one. I don't know if I showed you guys this. During my power outage last week, I went outside and the rain was stopped, but the power was not on. So I drew my front. That's what it looks like from the front of my house. That's my mailbox. And I was sitting on my front porch. And there's a car next door with a chain because he hauls his boat. There's my tree. People across the street. There's a stop sign. So that's kind of fun. So even when I'm not thinking about ideas, there's the sun shining through. Even when I'm not thinking about ideas for comics, I just drew what was right in front of me. And it doesn't have to be photorealistic. And I always think if I'm going to draw something photorealistic, I might as well just take a photo and enjoy that because it captures it perfect. So I drew it with my marker and it was pretty fun. You guys are saying Sergio's drawn Crypto and Beast Boy in my sketchbook right now. Cool, man. I ran out of air. I got air. All right. Right when I ran out of air, the screen went blank and then it came back. Swig for running out of air. Kevin Bixby says, Gorilla is how I bonded with my niece and started dating my wife. Oh my God. I'm so glad I did that now. So you could experience love on many levels. Kevin Bixby said, I drew a comic about economics of the third world during a class in college. Not very interesting. Well, you can make it. At least you had fun drawing it. Andrew Clark says, nice. I know Andrew Clark's a good man too. Andrew Clark is here. Swig for Andrew. You guys got me talking. It was good. I had a slow start to the show. You know what happened was I kept thinking about coffee. And I think about what do you guys want to hear? Plus, it was only 2 people watching me. It felt like me and Wayne. But me and Wayne talk almost every night. You know? But Wayne had to get coffee, and he actually stepped out for a moment. And then I was here by myself talking to no one. Well, maybe one other guy. But now I said it's good. I got some people coming in, chiming in. I'm going to make many things. As you guys see, I create work for myself. I do my deadline stuff and then I create all these things because my work is in these sketchbooks. And if I didn't have a sketchbook, I wouldn't know what to do. Because you can only store so much in your head until it gets replaced by something different. So if you have stories in your head, I just write them down. And I go places and I just write stuff. I love to see a bench somewhere, either in a park or a shopping mall or somewhere where there's a bench where I could just sit. And even my wife points out, look, there's a bench. You could come here and write one day. I'm like, yeah. So I'll go places and just sit and write. And about 2 blocks from my house, there's a bench on the busy street. As many people in the country would say, there's a bench along the interstate. So there's a bench right on a busy street. And one day I'm going to go there and just sit there and just draw while the traffic is backing up in front of me, you know? So that would be really fun to do. But I got to get to the point where I need stories. Because right now I'm catching up drawing Drew and Jot. But I have a lot of stories written where I have to catch up the pages. This is page 73 I'm working on. I have to get to page 89, and then I'll go back out and write some more stuff. But I actually wrote stuff. I got some, and I wrote the ending to Drew and Jot. See, here's some Drew and Jot stuff that I wrote that doesn't have any numbers on it yet. It's just me writing. I don't have any numbers, or I don't know where it goes yet, but I had a scene in my head where I had to write it, and it's going to be in there. It's going to be real fun. And Drew and John number 2 or number 3 is going to be, there's going to be a lot of photographs in there, so it's going to be real fun. So Wayne wants to know, what are your upcoming commissions? I have 2 Star Wars paintings I'm going to do. I'm going to do one with Boba Fett and Bosk. And I think I might put the Sarlacc pit in the background. Not sure yet. And the other one is going to be a Han Solo with Dengar, some bounty hunters in there. They're fighting, shooting at each other probably. Or maybe they're frozen. I don't know. Maybe they're friends. Maybe Han Solo and Dengar would be friends. I don't know. But they're going to be in there. That's going to be fun. Sergio, you had an acting camp today. I gave a crypto drawing to a girl in class, and she liked it. And it loved connecting with. Yeah, I love connecting with people through cartooning. Yeah, man, it's the best. When cartoons, drawings, and things can bring people smile, that means that smile that they smiled is your smile. It's for you because of what you gave to them. And I was telling my wife yesterday that a giggle is better than a laugh, because I know when I make her giggle, that's personal. She did that for me. When I make someone laugh, it's just funny. But a giggle is always special. And like a smile is always special, especially when you could draw them something. Sergio says, Sebastian says, it is funny when you said that your wife and kids were afraid of the Jokerfish. Yeah, a little bit. He's a little bit creepy. And you need Ace the Bat Hound or Bat Cow or Robin before you face the Jokerfish. You need backup. You need some kind of bat character before you're going to face that. But swig for the Jokerfish. We're going to do a swig and a sip. I hope this camera's looking HD for you guys. Because as I watch it, I see my movements are weird. They're every other. So hopefully this has good quality and everything is fine. But what I am going to get back to work. But I want to thank everybody who joined me today. Everybody who listened to me talk about sketchbooks and artwork and comics. I love doing what I do. If I can't do what I do, then I'm going to find a way to do it anyway. But looks like hopefully I can paint this Saturday. I got to check the calendar because the last few days other people have to do things. So I have to drive people places. I have to go places. I have to do other things, make appointments, stuff like that. So hopefully I can do a show on Friday where I reveal my Star Wars toys. And I can do a show on Saturday where I can paint things. I'm going to paint some Star Wars. I got hiccups now. But before I paint on Saturday, I have to go buy paint. Because I am out of white and I'm out of yellow and I'm out of green. There's many colors that I do not have. I might need some more magenta or purple, stuff like that. I have plenty of red and brown, but I definitely need yellow, white, and green. I'm going to do these things. Hopefully you guys do these things too. Remember, wake up and do things that make you happy. If things make you sad, then stop doing those things. Change your way you go about doing things. If things make you happy, then do it. Bixby wants some Heralds on Saturday. Maybe. Maybe the after the painting session. It's possible. I have to see. My calendar's on the wall, and ever since my wife works from home now, everyone's home all the time. So now that everyone's home, especially since my wife been working from home, the calendar, all those squares on the calendar have been filling up with stuff because now she's home and she does stuff. She handles things at home instead of at work and all these different places. So now I have to go and check the calendar to make sure I can do things that I normally would do without even checking with anybody. So look for me on Friday. I'll be doing another video. I like doing these. Maybe I'll do a drawing video later today. Maybe I'll do one right after this, right now. But I think I got to answer a phone call. I got to call some people back. I got to establish, oh, that's right. My Friday, I might be an interview. I might be a live stream with someone else. So I can't tell you who it is, but that might happen on Friday. So maybe my video won't be Friday. Maybe I'll do the reveal Saturday. We'll see how things go. But just stick with me. Put a notification in my videos, and you can see whenever I go live. It's me doing things. It's still the same guy. Some days I just draw and you see my screen. I don't present my hair to you or my tie. But if you get a notification, you'll see whenever I go live, and that'll be cool. And that knowing is half the battle. Let's do it together, guys. And follow me when you see me. Follow these links. Support the famous cartoonist. And my daughter has a link on there for an Etsy shop. She's making jewelry right now. So go in there and look at her jewelry. She's making bracelets and she's working on things. My son has music. I have a threadless t-shirt shop where you can buy those cool sketchbooks. You can buy face masks. I have a website you could go to buy stuff from my website. I'll send it to you. I'll draw you sketches. And, of course, digital comics on Comixology, which Comixology may be the only place to see some of these comic strips. Most of them are out of print. So take a look around. You guys are awesome. Wake up and do things that make you happy. And I will see you the next time I do some kind of video like this. Be nice to each other. Stop fighting. Stop crying. And take a swig for the working man. Okay, bye-bye.